and the King podcast. How y'all doing today?
What's up? What's happening?
So we're missing one of our queens. She's on a noted, team break right now.
Yeah, she's on a team break.
So she get herself together. So it's only just me. You know, I'm C, Carolina. You know, queen, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me on my name. And you know, I got Big Ken in the house. What's up, Ken?
What's up, baby? 2 G's, 2 N's. You know who it is, Big Ken. Today's topic today is bullying.
Bullying.
Have you been bullied? Do you know somebody who's been bullied?
Are you a bully?
We're going to call a couple of bullies out. Not by name or whatever, but there's different types of bullies.
There is different kind of bullies.
A lot of different bullies.
Ken, have you ever been bullied? Like, you're a pretty nice sized dude.
I know, so. I've been huge. See, what it was, I was like the bully beater upper, because I didn't play that in school.
So you was a beater upper?
I mean, yeah, like in high school, I went to Warren Central, and I was younger, but I was one of the biggest people in Warren Central when I came, when I was a freshman. I was like 6'4", 278 pounds. So I was like, but I didn't play it. I thought that was rude, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being on people smaller than you. So I'm like, well, I'm your size, pick on me, you know? So I never, but me never being bullied, my baby girl was bullied, and you know what I'm saying? So I just started off with the segment, you know what I'm saying? It really wasn't a form of bullying, because nowadays, bullying.
No, it was bullying.
I mean, it was bullying. Yeah, it was bullying. But these little girls, these middle school girls are the worst girls in the world.
First of all,
they are.
Wait, we gotta define bullying. So, what do you define as bullying?
Well, when I looked it up,
it's a different bully than when we was like growing up.
Yeah, well, nowadays it's extreme. Like the bullying is like the definition that I read, because I want to read up the different definitions. It's basically taking advantage of somebody that's maybe smaller than you, or like the smaller than you, or weaker than you, or have some type of disability. It's something that you can pick on to make fun of that certain person, basically. But that's when it wasn't our age. Now is they can just pick on you just because they don't like you, or they see something. Like with the situation with my daughter, first day of school, she walks into class. I don't want to put my baby girl business, too much out there, but she walks into class, and a little boy was like, ooh, who is she? Now my daughter stays done up. She keeps her hair done, whatever. And this little girl, she's never met her dad in her life, all of a sudden just puts out there, oh, I heard her JJ stinks. Like, never known her, never met my daughter a day in her life. Well, this goes on for like, then all of a sudden people in school was talking to people in these little groups, because they break into groups, was saying this and doing this every time they see her. They walk up on her and act like she smells and stuff like this, and it was a hard time for my daughter.
And what grade is
she? She just went 7th grade.
She was in 7th grade.
7th grade. This is the stuff she does with the 7th grade. We miss you too. We thought you was gonna show up, but Carolina said she was gonna kick you straight out.
Me and Lady J.
She said they was gonna kick you straight out. I was gonna put your ass to work, but they said kick you out. They said they was gonna make you straight out. But the situation can handle, because her mom's. See, how I handled it was different. I was all for, I want to beat up the father.
Oh.
I was like, fight him, beat him up. Cause see, that's the worst thing in the world to me, is when you can't protect your child. You don't even protect your child so much.
Exactly.
I didn't know what to do in this situation.
Okay.
Like, I was in tears at work, because I'm like, she calls me crying, telling me that I don't want to go to school because I don't want to deal with this, and I'm sitting there like, I'm crying at work. Like, I don't know, nothing makes me cry. Like, I don't have tear ducts, I thought, until there's something I can't do about my baby. So I'm frantic. I'm like, yo, where's the father? Like, somebody's gonna catch these hands, because I don't know. My wife did everything the right way. She calls the school, she emailing everybody, every teacher and every period. Yo, this is the situation, who we need to talk to, this and this and this and this and this. It's a bad situation, man, and I know people deal with it differently, but I dealt with it the wrong way. Have you ever been bullied, or
I wouldn't say I was bullied. Like, my thing was, I was always smaller. Like, I've always been a small girl. I've always been smart. I always had like long hair, and I used to have like Coke bottom glasses that I did not want to wear to school. So I didn't feel like I was being bullied. I think, like, to me, I was being toughened up, because it was like, there's nothing you could say like, oh, you poor. You poor too. We live in the same project, bro. Like, we walk to school every day. So I don't know, but my son had been bullied. So it was a whole different atmosphere for me, because I felt like, first of all, the school made me so mad, because I felt like
was nothing getting done.
It was nothing getting done. And this happened like the beginning of the year, like the first day or the second day of school, little boy put my son in a chokehold. Like, I'm like, yo, you ain't slammed this dude?
Yeah,
like, he was
like-
like, he didn't know. Like, dude just walked up to him, boom. So, you know, teacher called me. All right, blah, blah, blah. Next instance, I think a week, maybe a week, 2 weeks later, he did something else to him. The last instant was he pushed my son going into art class. He hit his side on the corner of the table and he bruised him up.
Right.
So if anybody knows my son is very light. So bruised him up. Oh, I went in. Because when I talked to the school, they was like, oh, well, he's mentally disabled. I don't care if he's in a wheelchair. He needs to learn how to put his hands on the job. And I gave my son all rights to beat him down.
Wait, he was in a wheelchair, say excuse
No, he
that?
wasn't in a wheelchair. I'm just saying, I don't care if he was in a
he
wheelchair.
was in a wheelchair, yeah.
Keep
He
your
still,
hands to yourself. You learn that. And they kept using, oh, well, he's disabled. He ain't too disabled to put a headlock on my son to push him where he get hurt. I said, so.
yeah, facts, what I'm saying.
Like, so, I know the last instance. It was, he pushed him on a playground and he almost hit his head on a brick wall. I flipped out. When I said I went all the way up, I was like, so do I need to go higher? Because I live in Wayne Township. I don't care. And do I need to go higher?
And one thing
so
about our township, we can go to Butts.
We can go to
Hey,
Butts.
we can go to Butts.
He
Hey,
calls every day.
shout out to Jeff Butts, because he is the truth. Like, yes, we in Wayne Township, and you know, he don't play that. He don't play. He's in the school. So shout out to him. Yes, I just got off work, and it's why she on my head already? Mickey's on my head already. He was wondering, talking about the turduckets, they ain't ducks. I don't have them, so I didn't know what they were called. I don't have the turduckets, okay, fam? I didn't know what they were called.
But yeah, so dealing with it on a scale of being a parent, and my son's also been accused of being a bully, which is weird to me because if anybody knows my son, he's like the sweetest little thing. He don't talk, he barely speaks half time. But because he was joning, you know, I don't know if y'all know that word. I'm not from
For
here.
you youngers, just talking about somebody.
You just going back and forth, roasting, whatever you want to call it.
She said joning. She ain't
Joning,
heard that in years.
I'm old school. We joning out here, bro. Like,
put your shoes up.
damn, who your mama looking
Your
on?
mama, yeah.
So he was joning on a little boy. He told the little boy something about his mom who was so ugly. She broke a mirror. The little boy went crying to the teacher. They tried to label him a bully. I'm confused. How is that bullying? If we all in a group setting and everybody's talking about everybody, but the little boy go cry wolf. I said, so what'd he say to my son? He was like, well, mama, he was talking about my sister. He called her ugly, so I called his mama ugly. Okay, fair.
It's fair game.
Fair game. You talk about my little sister, I talk about, like, I feel like the school makes it acceptable to
who can and who won't.
Who can and who won't. They make excuses for kids. They make it like I have a no tolerance for bullying when in actuality y'all hindering some of these kids to be a bully.
No, they hindering because they sweeping under the rug.
And it's not even like a physical bully nowadays. It's a verbal bully. It's cyber bullying now.
Yeah.
It's a
That's the worst. Cyber and bullying is too. That's all type of bullying can be physical, imitation, or gossip. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's to me. That's the weakest. All bullying is weak.
Yeah.
All of it is But this cyber and bully stuff. And that's for the tough guys, like you behind the screen,
the keyboard,
the keyboard thugs, and they be, man, come on, man. The cyber and bully, those are the weakest because those they should be smacked in their mouth instantly because those are the ones who be on Facebook putting all this hard stuff on hard stuff. Like, fam, you're not hard. We've known you. We know you.
We knew you for years.
We know you.
You ain't
feel
busting a grape in a
like
grapevine.
you got 5,000 friends, right? 100 other people you might really only know. Other than that, them 100 people know you soft as shit. Excuse my language, but it's facts. You soft, but the other 4,000 might not know who you are, so they choose to keep on this thing to where I'm hard, I'm tough, I'm this thoroughbred, I'm a G. And then you start want to have something slick to say or all about anybody's comments. That's like a bullying because now you're trying to show intimidation or something like that. Some people got it. Some people got it hard. Excuse me, and got it bad. Like you're not. Calm down. You're not. This ain't what you are. Cyber and bully.
That's the worst to me. So I don't like the tic tacs on the key. So you're gonna keyboard me to death.
Oh yeah, keyboard.
So you just gonna go in.
Keep running their mouths at you.
And then
keep
you be like,
thing on there and stuff like
pull
that.
up. I'm quick. Hey, pull up.
They never pull up.
They never pull
They
up.
never
I'm pulling
wanna
up.
pull
You
up.
ain't never.
They
Why?
won't.
Why?
They
Why?
won't pull up.
I don't understand the purpose of cyberbullying. Like, what is your goal in life? Because
they don't have no goals.
Behind a keyboard you think you can say and do and attack people. You cannot attack people and think that's okay.
It's insecurity.
That's exactly.
It's insecurity.
What you intimidated by?
It's insecurity.
We all got a Facebook.
It's insecurity, man.
Instagram, social media,
you found it in somebody else that somebody got something that you don't have, so you're gonna attack it and attack it and attack it. And so it's basically like, oh, they not this or they not that. It's insecurity because there's no way. Like me, I don't give, like I said it on maybe my first podcast, like I don't give nobody, I have too much going on in my life to worry about what anybody doing. So if I shoot, that's why I share people's stuff and I support, because I don't even want to see the positive what you do. I'm not gonna spend the same energy trying to disrespect what you got or downplay what you have. I don't have the energy because I'm focusing on myself. If I'm learning from you, I'm asking you a question on what you got going on. Other than that, I don't. People don't do that. People here hating behind the screen. Yeah, hating behind the screen. Basically, that's what it is. Like, where is she on my? See, like right now, I'm getting bullied by me. She said, what she said? I was noticing your knuckles. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? She's cyberbullying me right now. She says, "Is that bullying?" Then she goes,
"Yes."
What? Yes, that's me. These knuckles done knock some people out. Okay, that's what these knuckles come from, fam. Okay, that's what for bullying. This the bully basher.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
So do you think violence is the answer for bullying? Like it's a different kind of playground.
You know what?
Now.
You know what? At first, you would have asked me this probably a year, 2 years ago. I would say, yeah, smack them in their mouth. That'll teach them. But not when I worked with the kids. That was just one kid, right? He was heavier than every kid in the school, but he was slower than every kid in the school. But he was so mean to everybody, but me, because I was big. So he always thought he could take care of it. Because he used to do his mother like this. He used to talk crazy to his mom. His mom like, I just can't handle him. I can't handle him. So I started working at the daycare. Now I'm bigger than him. So I'm like, you tough. I want you to literally fight me, hit me. And you know, but he told me, he was like, and I mean, when I say all the teachers couldn't stand him, they were like, I'm not dealing with dude. I can't, because I don't want to. He was like, he started crying to me. He was like, the reason I do this is because everybody say I'm fat and I am nothing but trouble. So I feel like that's how. He was only like 9 years old. He was like, I don't know nothing else but to fight everybody, because that's all my mom and them ever tell me is just I'm a fat and I'm big and I'm a bully. I'm like, you're 9 years old. So at first I was like, I used to tell the kids, hit him back, hit him back. He thought that's the only way people would give him any type of respect or love is if they hit him back. So he had to hit them for them to hit him back. And then he felt, okay, they paying me any type of attention. So at first I used to be like, I used to be the one. Hey man, hit him back. He's, you know, but then it's like, so I think now, like these kids, they don't need, when it happened to my daughter, I never told my daughter to do physical violence. I told her to give him the finger. I said, give him a finger, ignore him. My wife used to say, they hating on you, baby. Ignore them, they hating on you. Me, I was like, not for the violence, but I was really wanting to whoop the daddy's ass. Like I wanted whatever male figure that person had.
My uncle.
They went to the school, my daughter had a reception or a program or whatever, and the girl was in choir. As soon as we got there, I yelled at the girl's name. As soon as they came out and they locked the phone, yo, who this? I said the girl's name loud so everybody hear me, so I could just look at. I was so hurt by her. Even though she was good, it was over. It's been done. But it still stuck with me.
I think that as parents, we always want to go out there and fight that battle. Like, listen, who did it? Who hurt my baby feelings? But you really, in this world, the world is cruel, so we have to teach them how to deal with bullying.
You have to teach them how to deal with it.
It's not just bullying, you know, cyberly. It's not just verbal. It's physical. It's all the above. I feel like a lot of kids, we see it on the news, a lot of kids are committing suicide. And my first thing in my mind is, what's going on at the school that y'all don't know? Like, where is the paper trail? Where's the proaction for this child who's being bullied every day? And you know, it could be on a bus, it can be on the playground, but you're supposed to have monitors there. It's supposed to be 2 people on a bus usually. A driver and a monitor. It's teachers on the playground. It just worries me because my kids are still, you know, young. My son is about to be 12 this year, my daughter about to be 8. They ain't even got through it. They ain't even, like, he ain't even hit middle school yet. She ain't even hit, in high school, man, like.
It's bad out here, like.
It's bad, like, I don't know what it is.
Because my son didn't go through it. Like, I didn't know. My son went through 7th, 8th grade smooth, because he was cool. He played football. He was smooth. He went through when he got high school, he was smooth. But my daughter, my daughter kind of, I won't say she deserved it at first. She had to hit it because in fifth and sixth grade, she was the one. She wasn't a bully, but she was the popular kid.
So was she a mean girl?
No, she started to become a mean girl because the mean girl was a popular.
Bully.
She wasn't a bully because she never talked about nobody, but she walked around with this.
But was she?
You can't tell me nothing because I'm
high.
She was in the atmosphere of it. She was sort of like
Hey, it's quack like a duck. It walk like a duck. It's a duck.
She never talked about people and did nothing like that.
Yeah, but if you don't do nothing to stand up to them, you a bully just as well.
Yeah, but she just thought she was super tough. But it humbled her.
It humbled her
It
down.
humbled her down because she was like, because she's not scared. My daughter knows how to box. But it was coming at her so fast and with so many people that she did not know. She her thing was like, you don't even know me. And y'all believe this? Like, I don't never smell. Like, what is this thing? So when it came at her all at once, and it broke her down, but I think it kind of humbled her at the same time. I'm just...
I got you on reading.
Oh, okay.
And Toya's right. Like, you definitely got to keep receipts, communication.
Oh yeah, she got emails. She got emails. She got emails from me that every email she sent. She forwarded to me. Email.
Because I'm gonna write down every day that I done talk to the teacher, what teacher I talked to. I need your first and last name. What you do here?
But see, because some of these teachers was making it seem like they was waiting on Kenya to do one wrong thing. It was almost like when I told my daughter, when you go through this and you got teachers watching you and I don't want to say babying you, but it kind of like they was kind of watching you. Soon as you do one thing wrong, anything wrong, like them kids, you the problem now. So now I told her, I said, now I know they was bullying you, whatever, but now you have a bullseye on your back, regardless if it's bad or good, because you done told all these teachers about you. You walking around like, woe is me. You know what I'm saying? So once it all stops and you start doing your little stuff, because I know my daughter also. I know my daughter. I know she has tendencies to act up or when she from. So I'm like, look, as soon as you act up, they're gonna be like, what happened to the little girl that was here at the beginning of the school year that was crying, woe was me? And now she's going through that because now all of a sudden, then you got one of the teachers, I ain't gonna say it out, but every time Kenya does one thing, she's ready to be like, yeah, Mark, yeah. So it's like, you bought this on yourself.
They hit it on the head. So Ms. Sharon said, it makes me mad that school says there's no tolerance for bullying, yet when situations are brought to them, they chalk it up as kids being kids. As too many young kids have committed suicides here lately due to bullying. Just sad. And that's true.
That's facts.
That's facts, because my coworker, I'm not gonna shout no names out, but my coworker, she had a problem where her daughter actually got expelled because of a bully situation, to the point where it was some little girls. I don't know what it is with little girls, but little girls are mean.
Especially middle school girls. Middle school girls are the worst. Middle school girls are the worst because now all they care about is social media.
Turning the camera on you, go away.
Who said I'm gonna turn the camera?
Me.
I was gonna say turn the camera on you. She wanna be here. They go, there you go. Hold on, there you go. You know where you somewhere. Go. Look at this turn the camera on me. But yeah, she's right. Like,
but long story short, it was basically back and forth, social media, of course, Snapchat. Her daughter wasn't even involved. There's a friend that was involved, but by association, the little girls grouped them all together. They put all kind of stuff on Snap. They was gonna fight her, jump her. Just one day, her friend got tired, get in a fight. Mind you, her daughter just off to the side.
Yeah, right.
The other little girl came up and fought her. They expelled the other two for finally defending themselves. Mind you, they had a record
of the
other ones bullying. It wasn't her first time bullying. I said, so what happened to the other girl? She went to school like it was nothing. Got suspended for a couple of days. Her daughter got expelled. She had to fight to get her daughter back in. I feel like that's ridiculous. So you telling me not to tell my child to, if somebody walk up to him and engage him in a fight, you think I'm gonna tell her, no, don't hit them back. No, beat them back.
Yeah, beat them up. No, I told her, if they put their hands on you, they get even close to your bubble, knock them out. Like, but see, I'm not supposed to be like that because you're not.
But it's like you don't want to be like that, but you have to tell your kids to defend themselves, because in reality, they just gonna keep picking. They gonna keep picking. They gonna keep picking. They gonna keep picking. Then when you go up to them and beat them down, they the victim. Oh my God, I can't believe them. I'm walking out with a blackout. Keep your hands to yourself. Right. Stop playing out here.
And my daughter has that bad because we was telling them people, if my daughter loses her mind, y'all gonna have to call us up here to come get her because she's going to give it to whoever wants it.
Yeah.
So before it gets to that point, y'all need to whip this now. Because she might seem like a punk now, but if she loses her mind, anybody's getting it. Like she knows how to fight. Anybody's getting it. But she was so worried about getting in trouble by us.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble, especially by me. Because when it comes to school, I'm the one. I'm the one, like, I'm on her. I'm on. Like, the teacher used to call me if she get in trouble, get little class dojos or whatever. If she get a disrespectful with the class dojo, I'm literally leaving work and I'm popping up at the school like, surprise, you was being disrespectful. So I'm like that. But at this point, she was so afraid, I don't want to get in trouble. No, you're not going to get in trouble no more. Give them the finger, cuss them out, because at this point, it's happening too much. Tori done sent all the emails, she done talked to all the teachers, and you still coming home time and they still doing the same stuff.
That's true. So it's always the bullies. We are on Instagram, y'all, so make sure y'all following us. It's always the bullies playing victim, and then the only way to deal with a bully is to stand up and hit them square in the mouth, and some people only knows and respond to violence. That's true. That is true. Like, unfortunately, you got people who you can tell on a million times, they ain't gonna learn until they get their head knocked.
Basically.
And that's why I can tell the teacher, I'm like, y'all see the quiet Nehemiah. Nehemiah will let somebody hit him 1,000 times. But when you hit him that 44th time, it's hard to stop. That little boy strong. Like strong. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. He fights. He fights. So, and I told him, I'm like, I'm letting him loose. I told him straight up, hey, touch you, put a finger on you, get in your bubble too hard. Go ahead and do what you have to do. You're not going to get in trouble with me.
That's what I told him. I was like,
I told the school, hey, listen, well, we have policies and procedures about fighting. I don't care what it is. Because I done told y'all. Now, but if I chalk up and come up with this lawsuit, what y'all gonna say then?
I'm the same thing with my daughter. She was so afraid that she was gonna get in trouble by me. Daddy, I don't want to fight. And she really not a fighter, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, I feel like they always pick on the kids that are just trying to mind their business. Like, they trying to be off in the cut, go do what they need to do. They want to come pick on and go about your business.
Bullying is so crazy. Communication is key. Let's not wait till these kids come to school with guns, and it happens with these school shootings, and then it be too. If all the kids, because it's communication, you should know when something's wrong with your kid. Now, I don't want to say that because some kids can hide it, but every day I'm in my kid's face. What's up? What's wrong? What's good?
But some people don't have that communication with their kids. Like, they don't know how to approach it.
It's important. Like, sometimes it don't matter. Like, I get on my daughter's nerves. I know sometimes, but I'm in her face. What's wrong with you? Nothing, Daddy. What is the problem? Because I know there's something. It's just, I want to know if the little girl was just a little small situation you was in, if somebody talk crazy, if you got a headache, if you're in your cycle. Look, I need to know. I want to know all your emotions. Because my son, he going to come straight to me. Pops, man, my girl's tripping. You know, whatever the situation is, like,
you got a girlfriend?
Pops, he got all of them. I don't know.
Handsome.
He comes straight to me like he don't. My daughter, she standoffish with me sometimes because she don't. But she's open with me, so it's like she has to be open with me when she feels like it. No, forget that. Don't be open when you feel like it. Be open with me all the time, so I know what's going on with you, because I know how hard it is, and I know you already went through this at the beginning of the school year. It sucks, man. But there's some other type of bullying too I want to discuss too.
Workplace bullying.
Workplace and adults. And workplace bullying.
Workplace bullying is a mug. Like, it's one at my job. I don't care. It's one at my job. She gets on my everlasting nerve. When I tell y'all, baby, y'all gotta send a prayer for me, because she gets on my nerve. But then my thing is, she act like she tough Tony, but she the first one to quick to run. Girl, what you telling for?
So at the workplace?
What you running for? Tough Tony? So it's okay for you to say what you want, but somebody say it back to you, you feeling your feelings. Nah, baby girl, if you can dishes, you gotta be able to take it.
Yeah, you know what, but they can stem to not just workplace, that can be relationships or your any manner. Like, if you with somebody or you around somebody and they constantly say stuff to you and you just be like, all right, it's cool. It's just how that person is. It is happening at work, but he does it with his wife. His wife is aggressive.
Aggressive?
Oh no, aggressive. Like, she comes to work, like she comes in there, how much did that cost? Like, but he know he laughs it off. But he be embarrassed as hell because she doing it in front of all of us. She wanted to, I don't want to speak too much because somebody, but she know he's
she's a bully?
Yes. But
Okay,
see,
so-
people, but even in relationships, there can be bullies.
Yeah.
You just might not know it, but how you talk to somebody can come off being a bully.
You can be a verbal
You can be a
bully.
verbal
Yeah.
bully and not know it.
Definitely.
And not know it, but it's because the person allows you to take it in. We about to go on commercial.
We'll
We'll be back. I'm gonna cut the. No, I'm gonna keep the live on, man, because y'all giving
feedback.
yeah, good feedback.
Stay tuned, y'all.
Yes, that's perfect. Yeah. We're gonna talk about. Let's talk about the parents who bully their children. That's a basic. Yeah, that's a good one. Parents. We on commercial, y'all. So we be back. But yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one. I didn't even think about it like that.
But there's people that do that.
Yeah.
You still calling, cussing them out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like cussing. Like we was at the 317.
Oh,
That
yeah,
lady
I
snatched
remember
them
it.
kids. Because they wouldn't even touch nothing. Like the thing fell off, the flyers fell off the table. And the little boy picked it up and picked up the shirt and put it back on the table. I told you, I don't touch nothing. My dude was like, yo, he picked up, he knocked it in.
Yeah.
He was like, you knocked it off. He was just picking it up. But Steve, I told him, I don't know how these kids made me trying to take something. You're bullying your child.
You are a bully. You're a blatant bully.
Like it was crazy. I went around and gave him the candy. Who gave you that? I said, ma'am, I gave this free. Oh, okay. Like this.
I remember you telling me that.
But she was wild. But that's a form of bullying. Like just because of your kids, I mean, you have to punk them.
Punk them. You have to be aggressive. And then you make them. And that's the thing about it. Like they don't understand. Like when they doing something in
We
the
appreciate
household.
y'all listening there with us.
In the household, they can take it outside because they can treat it like that in their house. That's how they gonna treat others out in the
Exactly.
world, and that's not how it goes.
So check it out. Look, everybody else over here listening. We love that y'all watching this. But I just put the link on. Watch us on this. Click this link. We need these listeners to be actually listening through the app. So if you got another phone, a tablet, something, click that link on click the streaming link so you can listen to us through the radio, through the app also. So we need that stream. We need y'all to listen through there. So click that link, do it on your other phone, tablet, whatever. My youngest now was in the 4th grade. Last year he was transferred to a new school.
Cool. Let me see.
Wow. Thank you. Oh yeah, she got all of them. Cookie Smile. That's a good song. I love the song. Cookie Smile. That's my song. That's a real good smile. Cookie Smile.
That's what I said. When we talk about bullying, I said, he in this song he talks about how people talk about his smile and stuff like that. He got so much money, he needs to do this. I said, this would be the song. I try to think of another song that would be fitting.
Said shut up or slap me. Boy slap my son and
I do promote hitting somebody back.
Oh,
If somebody has been constantly pushing you or hitting you, because this little girl, she taught my daughter 2 years ago at school.
That's true.
Her and her cousins caught her in the bathroom by herself and was like, we gonna beat you up, right now. So
Immediately.
you keep doing that. I don't know. I said, so when my oldest daughter, who's a teenager, showed up, said, y'all gonna do what to my sister? You know what I'm saying? You don't know who she got riding on her team. And that's all I told the school, please don't play me because I will meet the mama on the bus stop.
Yeah.
Facts.
So y'all have until 2 p.m., an hour before school shuts down, to get this together. And the little girl had been bullying a couple of students. She ended up getting expelled from school. But I was like, I don't know. I told my daughter, if she even, I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens. If she lays one hand on you, you have my permission to go out, and you will not get in trouble.
Exactly. They can't get in trouble. I told my daughter.
Because some kids will
I
only
told
learn
her 100.
if you pop them back.
I don't care. You'll not get in trouble for me because I want you to, especially if I know you. Some of us act like they don't know our kids either.
Yeah.
Now my youngest son, now he's not a bully.
Some of our kids be wild. Like, go ahead, man.
It's always the parents the parents with the bully kids who be talking about, that's not my son. Y'all listen, my youngest son ain't no bully, but he is one of them kids. If you say something wrong to him or look at him a certain way, he just having a bad day, he don't like it, he'll smack you. You know what I'm saying? He's that kid. He's that kid. But you know what I'm saying? So I have to teach him, hey, now you just keep going around. Yeah, you can't just be going around smacking just because you don't.
I don't like that.
But yeah, he's that kid. And I don't mind saying it, because my question is going to be, when it's him, I'm gonna ask him, you know, did you throw the first punch?
What's up, bro?
If my other kids, I'm gonna be like, nah, what did they do to them? Because I already know how that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not them.
See, I have to do that with my daughter. She quick to react. With my son, it's like, what y'all do to him to make him go like that? Because he don't even be bothered with nobody. He be in a room full of kids in the corner by himself playing. Like,
yeah, that's a good thing though, Miss Deanna, because that's, yeah, for real. They'll play with the mama jokes, yeah, for real, facts.
And you know what? I don't even care about the mama jokes. I be telling my kids, listen, is your mama there? No, then it doesn't even matter.
Just pushing the shit.
The crazy thing is, I done heard stories of
just
like
push it
and
then press copy and then go to. If not, go to my personal page, April, and I'll put it on my personal page.
Play with spit.
So you get out here, go to my personal page and just
think
click
it's
it.
okay. I want you to beat the snot out of him. Oh, he gonna walk off this bus stop with a bus lip and a bus nose. You spit on mine. Like, where do y'all get with that spitting stuff? Who
now, spitting, that'll get you smacked in the face.
Every day of the week.
And my sister having a haircut. I'm gonna look at graves all day.
Oh, come on, drop.
How are you gonna drop? You had to drop. You had to drop because I was on the app.
You'll hear the drop.
Yeah, he was on the app. Where you go, Mickey? Where you at? I know you on her. Hater. Talking about I noticed the knuckles. Don't she want to come? How do you see my knuckles?
Cyberbully.
You cyberbully. But then she gonna put the. Then she gonna say, "Is that cyberbully?" Man. See, look where they go. She's like, "Is that cyberbullying?" I'm noticing.
I downloaded it to your phone, so you should go in your phone and
noticing
listen.
the knuckles. Is that cyberbullying? That's crazy. Be back. Come on back. They about to be back.
We gotta shout out our social media sites.
I got my pen.
Ready?
I'm gonna get my paper.
Yo, we back. We back now. Y'all had to listen to our song one more time. We back, y'all. We talking about bullying. Before we jump back into the discussion, we want to thank everybody that's listening on Instagram or Facebook, but we will really like y'all to listen on JQLM Radio. If you have an iPhone, you have to go to TuneIn Radio. Search for JQLM Radio. Go ahead and download it. If you have an Android, you can just search for JQLM Radio. If you don't want to download stuff and you lazy, you can just go to our Facebook page. We have a group page and then we got a regular page. You can do the use that app button and it takes you straight there. I think we done linked up our link also.
Yep.
It's on there. And what else we got?
You catch the replays, yeah.
You can catch the replays. Guess what, guys? We on iTunes. What up, though?
Yeah,
we on Google Play. So there's no excuse why y'all missing episodes.
Like, that you just don't want to listen.
Or following us. Why y'all not reviewing? Why y'all ain't giving us critiques? Like, tell us what y'all want to hear. Let us know if we're doing a good job, we're doing an okay job, y'all really rock with us, y'all don't like us, y'all just being nosy. Tell us something. I don't really care at this point in time.
We appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate the honest feedback.
We do.
Yeah, like if I'm breathing on the mic, tell me.
If it's knuckles ashy.
Yeah, my knuckles is ashy. Don't tell me that though, because I'm gonna get that from apparently I'm gonna get that from them. From if she was here, she'd get knuckles. But bullying. Where do we leave off at?
With kids. We're talking about parents who bully kids.
Yes.
That's our next subject.
Parents that bully kids.
That's a sad factor.
It is because they don't see it as bullying, they see it more as parenting. My father, yeah, they see it more as parenting instead of bullying.
So?
Because,
I think just people are evil and like sometimes people like bully their kids or they don't think they bully their kids, they're hard on their kids, whatever
that's
you
what
want to perceive it as, or they might have a vendetta against the dad or the mom and they take it out on the kid and it's just like, that's a negative spirit on you. I don't understand that.
And you know, some people do it and I don't want to, no, because if you were somewhere and you call your kid a stupid little mother effer, or a little stupid bee, I've heard this. I'm like, are you serious? Like, that's bullying. That's intimidation. My father, me and my brother, huge. My father is half our size. My father we've never been afraid of our father because he never intimidated. He never intimidated us. It was a respect factor. It was about the respect of it. There's a lot of people that go in. I know a lot of people I heard that literally be like, you stupid MF sit your butt down, snatching them out. We just witnessed it this weekend, and I was embarrassed. Like, these kids look scared to walk around and do anything because they was afraid their mother was going to was going to say something or do something. There's a difference between respecting your parents and fearing your parents. These kids were literally scared that something was going to happen to them if they didn't walk in a straight line, or that was fear. You could see them. You couldn't speak to them. I tried to hand them something. They looked at me like, no, you know. And to me, I think that's a type of bullying, man. Like, I swear you can't be talking to the kids like that. No, you can't, man. Like, you know, my mom wanted fear. I never wanted my kids to fear me. Yeah, see, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different type of, because you older or you just have the right to.
There's a good fear,
you know,
and bad fear.
That's
you do
true.
want your kids to have a healthy level of fear. Fearing that if I do this, I know these going to be consequences.
Yeah.
But to be scared that you're going to harm me or abuse me or something like that. No.
Like Lady just said, you do want a sense of fear. Like if I do something wrong, like my daughter do with school, healthy fear, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about I can't do anything. I'm allowed to get smacked in the face or punched or something like this. These kids had a fear. Like, oh my, like.
But you know what? Those are the kids that go to school and become the bullies.
That's what I'm saying, because they think that's how they're supposed to act.
And interact. So in order for me to get the respect I need, I gotta go slap somebody in their mouth. That's not how it works. And then you know what, parents, stop acting like y'all kids ain't bad. Like, stop it. I did not know my kid was a bully. Girl, you got 4 reports this year. It's like the 4th incident, because the school done told me this is the 4th time.
Yeah. If your kid,
you need to do something about your kid and find out why is he bullying. What's the situation? Is somebody bullying him, and it's just this the energy he getting. Are you bullying him?
Yeah. And like I got these. I was in the barbershop, and this little boy was like 4 years old, and he kept walking up smacking his 7-year-old sister, and then he kept smacking her, and then this little girl was like, stop. Soon as the little girl pushed him down, the mama went off. Don't be doing him like that. He's only 4.
It's okay for him to go.
I'm like, so wait. He's already smacking her. He's only 4, and I was just sitting back like, man, that's crazy. Luckily, my barber don't have no filter. He don't care. He said exactly what I was thinking. He's like, yeah, you say that now, so you letting him know that it's okay to hit women, and if they hit him back, it's because of a certain age, or he's only 4. I said, what if now what happens when she turns 10 and he's 7 and he just smacks her? Is it because he's only 7? You gotta put some type of, like I say, maybe it's fear. Healthy fear, but it's a level of respect. Like,
it's not fear; it's like healthy respect.
But you should be able to tell them.
There's a difference between respect and fear. So,
grab the microphone.
Grab the mic, like JB.
So there's a difference between respect and fear. You want your kids to have fear, because when kids don't fear, then they don't fear consequences.
Yeah.
So when adults, if we don't go to work, we fear losing our job. You know what I'm saying? If you wear heels in the wintertime, you fear busting your head on that ice. So there's a difference between respect and fear. There is a such thing as a healthy level of fear and an unhealthy level of fear. Because at the end of the day, fear is something also that can motivate somebody. And it incites fight or flight too. So, with that being said, you want your child to fear not you as an individual, but you want them to fear the consequences that will come if they go against what you've taught. So that is what we need to be instilling in our children. My children understand that if you cuss out an adult or a teacher or something, you're gonna fear coming home because you understand that you've got these hands.
But isn't that a certain level? But isn't that a certain level of respect? Because it's positive.
It is. You respect. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in a positive way. So I think maybe you're right. Because my daughter know if you bring home a C, and I know for a fact you're a straight A student. She's like, oh, like she don't want to tell me because she know I'm gonna give you the business because you got them because you didn't want that, you know. But there's some people like I think that's a level of maybe I was saying more like a level of respect versus that being a level of fear. Maybe like you said, but like I guess you fear you fear the consequences and fear the things.
So you want them to have fear, but you don't want them to fear you as an individual. You want them to fear the consequences that you will implement in the event they don't meet the standards that you've set. That is what it should be, because at the end of the day, even adults we have rules and you know what I'm saying and regulations and things of that sort that we have to follow. Because if we don't, then if we fear losing our job, you know, we're not going to ladies.
I was trying to. I'm sorry. I thought
If we fear losing our job, we're not going to be cussing out the boss or fighting at work. I mean,
right.
you know what I'm saying? And so if we fear losing our home, we going to pay our bills. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if the manager at where we live at or the landlord is talking crazy, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is, you want them to have fear.
Yo, I want to be
So,
right. You
yeah.
want right. So what she said? Can you read that last
Okay,
one?
she said, how do you explain to a child to fear me in some circumstances, but not all?
That's why I think like you're saying this
You don't fear the person.
Yeah,
you fear the consequences.
And that's what I'm getting. You fear the consequences. Like, you fear what might happen. So like I said, there's a different type of fear. Like,
if your child fears you,
then
you are an abuser.
Exactly.
If they fear the consequence that you implement, they fear.
Like, I was afraid of my father. Like, I wasn't afraid of my father, but I knew if I did something wrong, it was a wrap. Like, it was
right.
like, okay.
So that right there is a clear example of respect. You respect your parents' rules. You respect your parents, you know what I'm saying, laws, and you respect that these are the consequences you're going to get if you do that. So if a child hides what they're doing, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, they crying before they, because they already know what's getting ready to happen, but they're not like cowering in a corner or something like that, then they're not scared of you. They're scared of the consequence that you're getting ready to implement. So it's not that you're teaching your child, this is when you fear me, this is when you don't. No, these are the standards that I'm setting. These are the consequences, and the consequences is what they fear, not you as the individual.
Exactly. Exactly. You fear the consequences, not the actual person. Like I said, like she said that's a really gray area though, because I can't even wear my clean glasses with it. If they get into trouble, then they won't come to
but
you.
I feel like that's where you have to have the line of communication open with your children.
But and it starts young. It starts young. They need to know that if they do something wrong, that there's consequences. But they also need to know that
you can still
they can still come to me. But if you you putting fear in them to where they so afraid of you, then they probably.
Well, and I'm telling you what that comes from, especially in Black households. One, our answer to everything I'm talking about as a whole. Now, this is not me personally, but a lot of us, our answer is to hit with everything, no matter what they do. You have to have consequences that fit the offense.
Of course.
Sometimes it's, didn't I tell you to quit doing that? Why'd you do that? You know, sometimes it's a conversation. Sometimes it's taking away something they like. Sometimes it's putting them on punishment and having the right sentences. Sometimes it's a whoop. If you cuss at me or cuss a dog, that's an automatic bam, smack in your mouth.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? If you are being blatantly disobedient, you just being defiant, that's an automatic you getting smacked. You know what I'm saying? But if it's, you know what I'm saying, everything doesn't warrant. Sometimes it may be I had my son stand in the corner and hold cans. The offense has to fit the consequence has to fit the offense. So in Black households, a lot of kids fear their parents because we don't get creative with how we discipline our kids. You know what I'm saying? We think that hitting is everything. Right, exactly. But and then on the flip side, talking to your children and communicating, asking them, how was your day? Is there anybody bothering you? And you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about this? And as they get older, what I started with my kids was something that, shout out to Dr. J. I started having what's called the free zone talk. You get 5 minutes to say whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. You can scream, cuss, whatever. You're not gonna get in trouble for anything in 5 minutes.
My mom,
you know what I'm saying? And we have to stop. We have to stop getting on our kids when they come to us, telling us something that we don't like. You know what I'm saying? So stop going off on your kids if they're trying to open up and tell you something, saying, "Oh my God, why did you do that?" or "What do you mean?" So like sometimes I've asked my kids, "What is it that you feel that I do as a mama that I need to work on?" It may hurt my feelings. They may see me crying. Then they don't want to say that. I was like, no. I said, this is natural because I'm your mother. So I'm always want to do my best. You know what I'm saying? But I asked you for a reason so that I can continue to work on me because I need my kids to understand that I'm not perfect.
Exactly. And then so I got some comments, which is pretty cool. Mark said, "This is all facts. If you're a parent that doesn't hug your kid or doesn't hug your child more, what did he say wrong?
I got you.
Because they be saying it. Basically, he said if you spank your kid more than you hug your kid, that's probably they fear you. And I feel like if you so quick to yell out their failures but whisper their mark, and like whisper their accomplishments, which that's facts. Like my daughter, like my wife said on there, she said that my daughter's afraid of disappointing me. She did, because she knows that I expect so much from her that you can't bring me no C because you're a straight A student. If you did that because you was clowning, fam, you didn't try your best. She's afraid of disappointment. Just like Mark said though, like if you constantly on you, like if every time your kid do something wrong, you want to make it known, blah 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 blah. But if they come up with a report card and you just like, oh,
that's okay.
All right.
No,
They're gonna start. You have to shout out their accomplishments as much as you do their failures.
Good reinforcement, bad reinforcement.
But it's also for parents to. It's also for spouses and employees, the bosses to employees, co-workers, husbands to wives, wives to husbands. That's if you don't want to, if you want to yell out everything that they do wrong, that's also a form of bullying, because it's like every time you do something wrong, you're gonna know it. Because I feel like I got to tell you what you did wrong and you didn't do this and you didn't do that. But soon something good happens, and nice happens, you're like, oh, you're supposed to do that. That's what you're supposed to do. You a man, you're supposed to do that. But that's almost like a form of bullying to me, because it's intimidation.
What, telling your kids that they're supposed to be doing that?
No. I'm saying, in fact, like as far as like husband and wife, or like saying if you're so quick to tell your spouse or tell your co-worker or boss, you all every time you do something wrong, you and this and this. No, I'm gonna go with the husband and wife, or wife and husband. If you constantly on them about if they do something wrong, and you letting them have it, you ripping into them, and even something small, but you something you're supposed to. But as soon as they do something good or something nice, there's nothing. There's no nothing. So it's like if you keep doing it, that's a form of bullying. It's like you constantly want to let me know what I'm doing wrong. But when it comes to me doing something right,
now,
you just kind of like you kind of just hush mouth about it, or you have the nerve to say. And I've seen this. You did what you're supposed to do.
I don't think that's necessarily bullying.
I mean, it's intimidation. It's a form of.
It's not bullying. That's somebody, because if you're constantly complaining, or if you're focused on what your mate's wrongs are and never praising them for their rights, I won't say it's necessarily bullying, but what it is
intimidation.
No, because to intimidate somebody, you have to be threatening some type of something. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it can be verbal intimidation, like not intimidation on like you not like intimidation. To me makes it seem like you could be. I don't want to say intimidation, but it's like, I guess you're saying intimidation is not the same thing, but it's almost like, so you don't think it's bullying or a form of bullying?
No. If you're bullying your mate, then that would be something like, because a lot of us, I guess you could call it verbal. You could call it. It's not even. It's a real thin line, because when you think about bullying, you think about somebody that is consistently either physically harming you or verbally harming you, or like constantly. So I mean, I guess it could, but the only thing is, it only happens if they do something wrong. So it's not something that they do just because. If you get what I'm saying. But
no, right. But it can lead. Okay, maybe not because see, what I read is like form of bullying is like aggressively speaking to somebody I'm gonna look it up on the next commercial. I'm looking for the right definition.
People think that if I was to do that to you one time, people will be like, "Oh, that's bullying." No, it's not.
No.
Bullying it has to be a consistent thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said, it's a constant, like over time, like that going. Like you constantly want to. It's kind of like a child and a parent. Like if you keep constantly just getting on them, making them feel like they're nothing, or what they're doing is not good enough. It's kind of like a kid doing it to a student. I'm keep constantly bullying you because this is the clothes that you wear. This is like I'm attacking you. I'm taking it's intimidation factor. Like I'm attacking you.
Now in school, you don't have a reason. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a reason, but the scenarios that you're talking about, because it could just be I don't like you, or I wish that I had what you had. So kids do that. You know what I'm saying? Now in relationships, that's not the case. Usually it's either one person has been getting tired of constantly telling you something, an issue that you know what I'm saying, that they had with you, and you're not listening. So now, you know what I'm saying, that's the response. Or It could be somebody that could be insecure in themselves, you know, so they're constantly, you know, on you. They're constantly bringing out, you know, your faults, or every time you do something, and they never like show any positivity and things like that. So that's the dynamics is just a little bit.
But isn't that almost the same kind of thing as a child who's insecure, or somebody who's insecure and they constantly trying to belittle somebody else? Like that's why, like it's not a form of bullying, but it's almost like. And the reason I say bullying,
you have women and men who do that.
Yeah,
I will say you have women
but
who do that in relationships. Yes.
To me, it's like bullying. To me, it's like somebody who does that to somebody else who can't defend themselves, or they have a hard time to defend themselves, or they don't want to defend themselves because of the consequences. It's kind of like that in the marriage. The reason I let that person talk to me like this is because I am married. I am married to her or him. I do love him. I do support him, so it's okay. It's in their mind, it makes it okay, or not maybe okay, but it's just like, yo, she always say something crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And she knows it, but she constantly does it. It's like that with a kid who can't defend it. Like, okay, this person keeps talking crazy to me. This person keeps talking crazy to me. It's kind of like this secure thing. We about to go on another break. How much time we got left, Jay?
9 minutes left in the show, so it's gonna be a quick break.
Oh, it's gonna be a quick break. We'll be back like a couple minutes.
Quick breaks.
Real quick.
Quick. It's gonna be quick. So the next question was, how do you tell your kid or a person to deal with? I guess we can end the show out.
Hey, yeah. I want how to do with prayer. Yeah. She said a whoopings are real.
Whoopings are relevant.
You know what? It's hard to say that now.
Well, it's other ways of discipline. Like
Mark said,
I named quite a few of them.
Yeah, she was because he asked the lady. Is it Angelique? I ain't supposed to say people's name wrong. She didn't want to ask, are whoopings still irrelevant nowadays?
Heck yeah.
Mark was like,
they're still relevant. They work. Listen, let me tell you something. My son is about to be 15 years old. When he was 6 years old, when he was 5 years old, he was in kindergarten at school. He had just transferred from a Christian school to regular school. And in this Christian school, he was born in this church. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew him and stuff like that. So when he gets to school, he wants to join in with the other kids and do what they doing and be the class clown. So while the teacher's trying to teach, he wants to make the kids laugh. So he starts screaming and sliding across the middle of the floor trying to make everybody laugh. You being disruptive in class. I told him if I had to come back. Now, earlier that day, I had been to the school because his teacher said, you know, he was being disruptive. Now, I know that's not him, but you got around a new atmosphere. Exactly. I said, if I had to come back up here, you're going to be sorry. Now, he was 6. He about to be 15. So, I kid you not, 10 minutes later, the teacher told me he was literally screaming at the top of his lungs, making funny faces and sliding on his knees across the floor while she was trying to teach. And I showed up with the belt and whooped him in front of the class.
Oh.
Wait, how old was he?
And he was 5.
5.
I have never been to the school since then. Ever. He's about to be 15 years old. Yeah. He remembered that day. Because I'm going to need you to know, my kids understand, I don't care where we are. I never say, wait till we get home, or let's go in this bathroom. Or I never say that, because if I do that, then you're going to test me every single time. Where if you cut up an aisle 5 in Walmart, I'm cutting up an aisle 5 in Walmart. We're not waiting till we get home. We're not going to the parking lot. Because you know how we are. We'll forget. We get busy. You know what I'm saying? And the effect ain't as bad. Because not only are you upset that you getting a whooping, now you're embarrassed too.
My father would say that. My mom had hated that. My father would pop us in the back of the head, bam, in the store. And she's like, don't do that here.
All right,
they wanted to act up here. They wanted to embarrass me here. So guess what I'm going to do to them? I'm going to do the same thing to them.
All right, y'all. Sorry, y'all. We back. Actually, we at the end of our show.
6 minutes left.
Oh, I lied. We got
5 minutes. I lied.
6 minutes.
6 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm back. I know
we back. We my bad. So we're gonna end the show up on what we can do to hinder bullying or teach our kids about bullying. I think the biggest factor we all gotta is communication. Yeah. Communication.
To teach them. Oh yeah, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. To teach them how to deal with bullying. Sometimes it's not always you gotta show violence, but when you do need to show violence, you know what I mean. You have to have your receipts to back it up. So I think communication with the school and making sure you're on it just as much as them, because like somebody said, they'll chalk it up like it's nothing.
Yeah, right. And like I said, the thing we did was the kids have to know that you as the parent are gonna ride or die. Facts. Like my daughter knows daddy, mommy, and next thing you know, my wife is riding on any and everybody. So they made her feel comfortable. Like yo, I'm cool. And then and you gotta let them know that they just hate. Like you gotta instill in your kids, you're beautiful. I tell my daughter all the time, parents have to instill the self-esteem in their children, and it starts with the parents. If the way you talk to your kids and the way you treat them, that's how they go. If you abusive, calling them little F's, little B's, guess what? They don't think that's what think they love. That's love. So that's what they gonna accept. So when somebody do start calling them beautiful or start showing them respect, they're not gonna know how to take it in because they're gonna think that, well, what are you? Because the parents does it. What is my baby FaceTiming me right now?
And the crazy thing is, I used to call my daughter bald headed. I know, I'm bad parenting.com. I used to be like, you so bald headed.
I'm a thing, baby.
What are you saying? We on the air.
What?
This is what I have to deal with. Mickey, hurry up and come back.
Man, my daughter just talked.
I can't deal with him by myself.
Baby girl, Toya, call your daughter. She FaceTiming me.
This is
about some crazy stuff. I don't know. Hey, family thing. You so my baby called me. I answered it. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
But no, all jokes aside, I used to call my daughter bald headed. It wasn't to degrade her or anything. She gets to the point where like, I know I ain't bald headed. Like it was to show her like they can call you anything as long as you know that you're not bald headed. As long as you know you beautiful, that's all that matters. It don't matter what my grandma used to say. It don't matter what they call you. It's what you answer to.
Right.
And I feel like we definitely have to put that self-esteem. What else? School. We gotta work with school.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta go over the school head.
Yeah. You have to build the self-esteem.
Don't be afraid to call that because everybody got a boss.
Yeah, call somebody. Call everybody.
All attention to a school ain't good attention.
Yeah, it's not. It's so.
You might be on Fox 59 talking about such and such school did not do this. They ready for a story.
They're ready for a story. So so bullying is just. I believe in prayer. So
prayer too. You gotta pray over your kids.
You gotta pray over your kids just like you do everything else. You can't just pray when you want something.
All right now.
You have to pray when you don't. Yeah, I'm just saying, people don't always pray. God, can you give me this? Can you give me that? Just ask for guidance and strength, and then you know what I'm saying, everything else will come. Because I have to do it.
And I always say thank you.
And just say thank you.
Sometimes don't even ask for nothing. I just want to thank you for anything. Right about that.
Yeah, this is what we believe
thank
in.
You.
So hey, we believe in that. So hey, well, we want to say first of all, thank you for all the love we had at the 317.
317 day. Woo!
That was dope. Thank you.
Thank you for everybody showed up.
Everybody showed up.
For
everybody showed up at the table. Everybody who I think she shouted out the people who made the basket. Shout out to my baby for the baskets. Awesome, beautiful. Thank you. You did that at your own time. She was talking crazy to me, but she did it. Shout out to I wish I knew the guy's name that made that poster and that tablecloth. That was dope, man. Like she can shout you out. We appreciate the love and support, and we're trying to do this thing. We got a lot of positive feedback from everybody.
Wait, one more thing before we leave. Okay, so one of my best friends had just opened a black-owned candy store on the west side. So she has a grand opening tomorrow. The address is 5631 Georgetown Road at 3 o'clock. Y'all show support because we don't have candy stores like that. I'm from the old school. I like the candy store. You go in, take your $5 and walk out like you winning with a pot of gold. So also make sure y'all follow us on social media. Two Queens and a King podcast on Instagram. Two Queens and a King on Facebook. iTunes, Google Play, JQ on radio.
It's the first time my mama listening. Say hi, mama.
We appreciate y'all. Hi, mama.
It's April the Bird, but said this is mama. So hi, mama.
Shout out to everybody. Y'all gonna see a lot more of us. Brandon.
We appreciate y'all, the support we do.
And we about to start selling stuff.
Yeah, we about to start selling all type of stuff, but I don't,
We gonna keep that on wraps. So we get with Lady J and see what this brand is.
I can't even wait to release because the blow up is
we gotta go to this business.
Lady J, right here.
Shout out to Lady J for the opportunity. Mika, we love you. We'll see you next week.
Make sure I have some lotion on my ankles, on my knuckles.
You know what?
10 seconds.
Y'all.
We love y'all. God bless.
Y'all. Come back and see us.
God bless.
Peace.
I'll
The
let
throne is spoken, y'all. Peace out.
I'll let you.